Hi there, this is Ceevee. I hope you're fine. Do you know some people who are always happy, always optimistic, always energetic, and the moment they enter a room, they spread so much of energy and so much of positive vibe? Yes, you know some people of that sort, right? Now, do you also know some people who are, negative in everything? The moment they enter some place, you feel like, oh my God, why the hell am I here with this person? Or rather, he or she will start finding out problems and faults everywhere around. I'm sure you know both of this category of people, right? Now, what category of people would you like to spend your time with? The answer is very simple. Of course, you want to spend more time with the first category of people, the people who are positive, happy, energetic, and optimistic in their life. Yes? So, now, what if I tell you that you can also become like that? Many people are actually in the second category and unfortunately do not know how to go into the first category. Sometimes they feel that if I enter into the first category, people may think that I'm fake. No, let me tell you. It is possible to practice and enter into the first category where you become more energetic, more positive, more optimistic. I'm going to tell you how. But before I tell you how, you will be wondering, what is she talking about? How can you actually train someone to become optimistic? It is a quality that probably some personalities have. No, you can actually train yourself, and that's what for which you need to understand this. The experiment that was conducted by Harvard Medical School. What they did is a group of psychologists, psychiatrists there, they actually invited around 27 students to attend or be part of an experiment. The experiment was very simple. They gave these 27 kids, these students, money to play video games. I know that's a very interesting thing. Of course, that will definitely make someone happy, people who are addicted to games. But yeah, jokes apart, these kids were actually given, not kids, in fact they were adults, they were students, college students. They were asked to actually continuously play video game, okay? And for hours together they were playing a game. Now what game is it? That is the significance. The game is called the Tetris game, okay? Now Tetris game, probably you might have played that as well. It's a very simple game. There is the screen, and from the top, from the sky, there are certain different kinds of shapes which will be falling from top. Okay, square will be there, circle will be there, triangle will be there, different kinds of shapes that will be falling from top. And before it comes to the bottom layer, what you have to do is to alter the shape of it so that when it comes to the bottom, it has to fit in the line and that line gets demolished. And when you do that, you get points. So this is a simple game. Now this simple game, but is very powerful in terms of addiction. The moment you start playing, initially you might think, what is the intelligence, or what is the, there is nothing brain work involved in this, but it is highly addictive. It is super addictive. And you can actually continue playing this Tetris game for a long time without even, food and water. So that's how people are addicted to this game. Now, as I said, the psychiatrist actually gave this to the students and they started playing this for days. In fact, for 3 or 4 days continuously they were playing this. And guess what happened? Then they started analyzing how their brains are functioning, okay? And they started understanding what is the changes that is happening in their behavior or in their thought process, in their mind process. Guess what? They found that all these participants had severe disability in terms of sleeping. I mean, not disability, but difficulty. Yeah, difficulty in sleeping. Because even while sleeping, or even while closing the eyes, or even while opening eyes, some people, even when they went out of the room to some other place, they started seeing shapes. All they could see was these kinds of shapes which are falling from top, okay, in different colors. So this is what their entire brain got so trained to see these shapes everywhere. So wherever they went, for example, after playing Tetris game, they went to a coffee shop. What they could see there is all the shapes of these things across, maybe the furniture, the walls, the food, everything started looking like that for them. Now, when I say this, you can also relate to it. For example, if I ask you to close your eyes and think the color red, and I ask you to close your eyes for a long time with red color in your eyes, imagine the red color continuously for around 2 minutes. You open your eyes, I'm sure you will be seeing red everywhere. Now, why is it like that? It simply means that our brain actually, you can actually fool our brain, We can actually fool our brain. Our brain is actually an idiot brain. I will talk about idiot brain in another episode. Another book actually which I read. That's very interesting. Anyway, coming back now, this capacity of our brain. What happens is that we start looking at things based on our previous experiences. Okay, so if you are accustomed to seeing all red color, then you start seeing red color around. If you are accustomed to see the Tetris effect, the shapes falling from the top to bottom, that's what you will see. Now, cut it short. If you are accustomed to see positive things around, if you are accustomed to appreciate things around, then you will start appreciating even more. That is the underlying point. Whereas if you start looking for negative things, if you start looking for wrong things, if you start looking for faulty things, you will also start looking, or rather you will also start finding more and more negative things. Right? So you will actually you are actually training your brain to look at everything in the way that you want. Simple magic. Now, how can you practice yourself to look at more positive things? That's what I'm going to tell now. Of course, I told the good thing, and I also told the research finding behind it. Now, how do you practice this? Of course, you need to practice. You need to consciously use some techniques wherein you start. One thing what you could do is every day at the same time, you can actually decide to write a gratitude journal, to write an appreciation note. If you are an entrepreneur or a boss or a leader, there is one thing what you could do. Every single day at a particular time, you start appreciating your team for something or the other. Okay, like you start a day, the day with something that they did better in the previous day. Of course, they might have done so many mistakes, but still, if you can start your day with something good, identifying something good that the team did, appreciating. And second is, as I said, doing it on a same time routine, and also numbers. So let's say you want to practice good things or practice appreciation, practice positivity and optimism. You will have to train your brain to identify at least 5 optimistic things around you. Okay, now this is easy said than done, but if you start doing it, I think you will be able to make it up, right? So at the end of the day, happiness and optimism is a practicable skill, and that is what the science says. I mean, science means a lot of research works has been done already in this field by psychologists and experts, and they have written a lot of books. And I got this insight from this book, which is called The Happiness Advantage by Shawn Achor. Okay, now this book is about the 7 principles that fuel success and performance at work, and in this book there are 7 principles. The only one principle I explained right now, that is the Tetris Effect. So you will have to read the remaining principles, for which I can also share the book link, Amazon buying link down after this video, and I would suggest that you read this book, because this is very interesting for, I would say, entrepreneurs and leaders and bosses, especially people who are interested in how to make yourself as well as your people around you more happy. Because a very simple funda in life, the more happy you are, the more successful you can become. And that is what the whole field of study of happiness explains to us. It is not the reverse. People think that you become successful and then you become happy. No, it is the reverse actually. Okay, so that's my book recommendation for this week, and I would also like to welcome all of you to join my masterclass series, which is happening every weekend, and I would like to invite you there, for which you'll have to sign up for free at hellopeaksacademy.com. That's the domain ID, hellopeaksacademy.com. Please sign up there and you will get notified of all the free masterclasses that I host there. I'm bringing in different kinds of mentors into these masterclasses, as well as I also share my insights there. So see you all there. Thank you and bye-bye. Until next episode, this is me, Ceevee, signing off.